Today, caught on camera.
Officer, please!
A critical incident in the LAPD's 77th Street Division as two brothers struggle over a knife. The early morning family squabble that ends in police gunfire.
Put the knife down!
No!
Put it down!
Then,
we're right here behind you no matter how fast you go.
a dangerous pursuit on and around the 60 freeway. Top speeds of 118 miles per hour. The dramatic ending beneath an overpass.
There's the front of that car. You see the door open.
These flames are just ripping through all sections of the building.
And a century-old theatrical landmark sends smoke into the skies above Hollywood. Fire crews work to contain the blaze as it threatens nearby structures. When every second counts and every decision could be life or death, watch these incidents unfold from KTLA's Eye in the Sky and the body cameras of those who risk it all. This is Caught on Camera. It's May 1st, 2026, just shy of 5 a.m. LAPD dispatch receives a call of a hot prowl burglary on the 7600 block of South Normandy Avenue.
LA City 911, operator 453.
I need a police at 76 South Norman. I need them now. They got a knife. I'm in my room, barricaded. Hurry up and send the police
Into your house, sir?
76 South Norman.
Yes, sir. I have your address. Is it a house or an apartment?
Please send them now.
Sir.
You better calm down, Fred. Send the police.
Sir, I am sending the police. I need to know what's going on. Hello?
Get your face back.
Hello, sir?
Yeah, his name is Frederick Spell.
Did they break into the house?
Get your tail down.
77-459
Ma'am, send the police.
Normandy Avenue.
He has a knife.
After that frantic call, officers are dispatched.
77-459 Hot Prowl 76 South Normandy Avenue. Suspect armed with a knife inside the residence. Code 3 instance X22 1255. Summary for additional.
Body-worn cameras roll as 77th Street Patrol Division officers arrive on the scene.
Police! LAPD!
Tensions already rising as the door creaks open. The officers, guns drawn, are met by family members who advise them that two brothers are fighting inside. Just 70 seconds later, bullets ring out.
5-3, can I get a district unit?
Hey, everybody inside, come out with your hands up.
Alright, let's go in there.
Come on in. You got it.
Move.
Move. Please come here.
Police department.
Hey, please get here. He's got a knife on me.
Come over here.
He's got brothers
Yeah, go ahead.
fighting. Please, sir. I can't have it. Officer. Officer, please. You need to leave. Officer. Help me. He's got
Put the knife down.
He's trying
Put the knife down.
I'm telling you, you
Put the knife down.
Shoot me right now.
Put the knife down right now.
Oh my God, please.
Put the knife down.
Please
Hit
shoot
him with
me.
the 40. Hit him with the 40.
Shoot me right now. You're gonna hit with the 40, it's gonna hurt. No! Drop
Put it down.
No, he gonna hurt me.
Put the knife down.
Drop the
Put the knife down.
No!
Put it down. Shots fired. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put the knife down.
Let's break it down. After entering the home, officers move towards a nearby bedroom, where first they hear screams before making visual confirmation of two individuals, two brothers, a suspect and victim, struggling over a knife. Officers shout out verbal commands, attempting to get the suspect, identified as 64-year-old Frederick Spells, to drop the weapon. But he does not comply.
Hit him with the 40. Hit him with the 40.
Tell me right now.
That's when a second officer discharges two 40-millimeter less lethal foam projectiles, striking Spells. Those projectiles intended to cause pain, but not penetrate the skin. But it's not enough, and Spells attempts to stab the victim. That's when the officer involved shooting occurs.
Shots fired. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put the knife down.
Now, for another angle. The critical incident also captured for the POV of the second responding officer, who fired those non-lethal foam projectiles.
You're gonna hit with the 40, it's gonna hurt. No! Drop it! Down. Oh, he gonna hurt me. Drop it, man! Drop the fucking knife, man! No! Put it down!
Spells is struck by gunfire, falling to the bedroom floor, where he's taken into custody without further incident.
Turn around rest of the night. Hey, turn around. Hey, turn around.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. I was trying to call you all the time. It took down so long. Oh my God.
I'm about to go through.
All right. I got you. I got you. Hey, stop moving, man.
Stay right there.
The officers render medical aid until LA Fire Department paramedics arrive and transport Spells to a local hospital, where he's treated for the gunshot wound and admitted for further treatment. Back at the scene, investigators recover the kitchen knife with its 8-inch blade that Spells had been armed with and book it into evidence. Meanwhile, Spells, the 64-year-old Los Angeles resident, is absentee booked for assault with a deadly weapon other than a firearm. 4 days later, on May 5th, the LA County District Attorney's Office makes the charges official. 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon other than a firearm, and 1 count of resisting an executive officer. In the months ahead, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze the alleged assault, as well as whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting a weapon, and use of deadly force met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. For now, what we have is the incident, a near-fatal family squabble caught on camera.
Drop the fucking knife, man! No! Put it down! Shots fired.
THP officers are in pursuit of a driver behind the wheel of a stolen vehicle.
Gil Labus overhead in Sky 5. Gil.
Well, Sharon, Micah, it started with Temple City sheriffs that went into pursuit of this stolen vehicle. It got on the freeway system. It got on the 10 freeway eastbound, made its way to the 605 freeway, and then went eastbound on the 60, then back westbound on the 60, finally going eastbound on the 60 all the way into Pomona, and then just to reverse course here onto the 60 westbound. Now he exited Nogales right through that red light here. The speeds on this pursuit have been outrageous, 118 miles an hour. We just tracked the car just minutes ago before it got off the freeway here. Now on Nogales southbound through Roland Heights, and the vehicle again wanted for stolen. The CHP took over the pursuit from the sheriffs as they dropped out, but now CHP in this pursuit here in Rowland Heights. And look at the speeds here on Nogales, 100 miles an hour, extremely dangerous as it goes into and towards Rowland Heights and the neighborhoods up here on the hill.
This is an incredible thing to see, a driver moving like this. And Gil, I understand CHP at one point had to drop out on the freeway, not only because of the high speeds, but because there were lane closures.
Yeah, both directions of the 60 freeway, there were some lane closures, eastbound and then westbound. He came through that. He was weaving in and out of traffic that was pretty much almost at a standstill, was able to get through those closures both directions and now on surface streets here. So it was very dangerous for all those people that were on that closure on the 60 freeway. But they did have several lanes closed down due to Caltrans work. But here we are on Pathfinder. He's eastbound right now, headed, and this will take him, I believe, to the 57 freeway if he gets that far. But again, CHP in trail, this vehicle traveling here at almost 90 miles an hour on Pathfinder. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they might be on trail right now, this vehicle, but earlier on the freeway, I think it was when he was going eastbound on the 60, right before he got off the freeway, the CHP was right on him, and they were going at about 115 miles per hour at that moment. And I was stunned that the CHP was able to get that close to him and you know, try to, you know, I mean, give him be aggressive is what I'm trying to say. Is like he was so aggressive with this car on the freeway, and that's something that's pretty unusual for you to see at those speeds.
Absolutely, CHP being very aggressive with that move, sending a message to this driver that, hey, we're right here behind you no matter how fast you go. Now he's getting under us here. We're going to make a turn, and this is going to be Brea Canyon Cutoff Road. Now the CHP has dropped back because of speed on surface streets. They're letting the airship track the vehicle right now as it goes to the north here off of Brea Canyon Cutoff Road. And he's going to be coming up to an intersection here shortly. We'll see what the driver decides to do. He's run a couple red lights here. He had that big rig that he made a left-hand turn in front of. But here we go back towards the 60 freeway now, and we'll see which way the vehicle decides to go. And if it does get back on the freeway, CHP will jump right back onto it.
Yeah, they drop back because he's just moving too fast. 100 miles an hour on surface streets, not a good plan. So there you see black and white right behind him. They dip back for a moment, but they're still there. Their lights are not on, last we just saw a moment ago there, but certainly tracking this driver as we saw him at 100 miles an hour on the surface streets. They want to see him slow down here, and by backing off, they're hopeful that he may well slow down. It doesn't appear to be the case, though. Look at this, 93, 94, 95 on surface streets, very close to the freeways there, the 60 and the 57. Gil, what's an opportunity here for this driver to get back on the freeway? You hate to see this on surface streets.
Yeah, I hate to see it. He's heading back towards Nogales, so he's westbound on Colima Road, heading back towards Nogales. The CHP shutting down their lights and sirens to see if that would help calm him down, but it's not. Here comes the right-hand turn on Nogales, so now he'll have the opportunity here to jump right onto the 60 freeway once again. For some reason, this driver likes the 60 freeway. He's been up and down it several times now. We'll see. I'd be a surprise if he does not get on the freeway at this point, but there's the airship overhead, LA County Sheriff's airship tracking it for the CHP. And now we have the freeway coming up here, and we'll see what, there's a unit right in front of him there, and that might be a sheriff's unit there that he's passing. He has, the CHP right there at the freeway on-ramp, and he's going to get right behind the suspect vehicle there, so he's going to be westbound 60 freeway, and the pursuit back on the freeway will likely see those same speeds. Mike, let's start turning westbound here, and here he is hard on the gas, and taking off from that CHP officer, but I can guarantee that officer is going to be right on his tail.
Yeah, okay, so for the want is, again, a stolen car. This has been going on for about like 20 minutes or so, and we understand that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department was on this initially, and then the CHP took over. You see that every now and then the CHP drops back, but just re-engage there at the entrance to the freeway on the on-ramp there, and now it looks like he's going back off the freeway and heading into surface streets again. And when we saw him on surface streets, he was going about 90 miles per hour. Is that where he's going onto surface streets? Yes.
Southbound. Yeah, he just exited at Fullerton Road off the 60 freeway. And look at this, the vehicle all of a sudden slowing down. Maybe he's out of gas, maybe he's disabled, maybe he blew an engine. I don't see any smoke coming out of the vehicle, but maybe it's gas. Mike, let's switch to the other. Well, hang on. Let's see if he continues. He's going to go right under the freeway right now, and it might stop under there.
Oh, wow.
So we might have to jump towards the other side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Is there a way to...
Yeah, it looks like he might be slow rolling here. Mike, let's slide left. Let's slide left.
So Fullerton Road, City of Industry here, just beneath the 60 freeway. He jumped off the freeway and was headed southbound on Fullerton Road when the car that had been going 100 miles an hour on surface streets and on freeways gets off the freeway and suddenly goes into a slow coast, and it looks like he came to a stop right underneath the freeway there with CHP behind him. Hard to say at this point. Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh.
There's the front of that car. You see the door open. Okay, the passenger or the driver's side door is open. Whether he's surrendering or he took off running, we don't know. Any word, Gil?
Is he still in there or no?
Okay,
no.
Stop. No word yet. Oh, shoot. We have a issue here with our camera. We got to turn left, Mike. Turn left. That's fine. The right's fine, too. We'll get back to the picture here in just a second as we get back on the story here. It looks like the door had opened and the driver may be out. Here's another look now.
Okay.
He is standing there. So at this point, there's the guy. He's looks like he might be complying, although we don't see his hands up, which, oh, there he goes. Now he's putting his hands up, now down again. And, well, taking his shirt off for some reason. So now he's going to step away from the vehicle, now
Looks
back
like a
towards
female.
the officers.
That's a woman.
Wow.
Looks to be a female
I was just going to
driver.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, Micah. Yeah, there you go. And down on the ground. Hands
just like
back,
that.
and that should be it for this pursuit. But wow, yeah.
Yeah. Was it...
a dangerous pursuit.
Was it a return to reason in her mind, or
ahead.
did the car quit on her? We may never know, but at any rate, it's good to see that a driver moving so recklessly at such high speeds is in custody. No harm to the public done.
Yeah, good thing she's in custody.
Yep. All right, Gil Davis, thank you for that. We are back with more after this short break. Stay with us.
Hollywood, a city of stars, some who shine bright, and some who burn out just as fast. But on this summer morning, it's not a star burning out, it's a theater. It's July 13th, 2022. Sky 5 is overhead as a dramatic fire has broken out at the former Hollywood Playhouse. Smoke from the vacant two-story structure is blanketing an already overcast Hollywood skyline, as nearly 100 firefighters have taken a defensive stance, working to prevent the flames in the 9,000 square foot theater from spreading to nearby homes, the Hollywood Guest Inn, a multi-family residential building, and nearby businesses.
The entire complex is on fire with heavy, heavy flames coming through the roof. There's also a little bit of a marine layer overhead, and this very thick black smoke has punched right through the top of that. So it's a very visible fire, but you can imagine the heat coming out of that fire right now. Firefighters standing on the building next door. They've got heavy ladder trucks that they're trying to set up so they can get some water all the way from Sunset Boulevard, because they're just not getting enough water on it right now. They're trying to protect the surrounding structures. There's a carport right next door as well, and they're trying to get some cars out of there as well. So just a huge fire here in Hollywood. If your plans take you to Sunset Boulevard today in Hollywood, you are definitely going to be affected by traffic in both directions here around Las Palmas, because this fire is just putting up such a battle for these firefighters right now, and LAPD is trying to assist with traffic control. We don't know if there was anybody inside this building at the time. We are monitoring the fire department right now, but you can see just a huge fire here in the heart of Hollywood, directly across the street from a post office as well. So that might be affected if you're trying to send some letters out today in Hollywood, because this is going to be going on for quite some time.
Wow. It's, I mean, completely engulfed at this point. The whole center of the building is flames, and then just a few feet between the building next door to that abandoned theater that's on fire, and that's a real danger for folks that live in that building. Hopefully they're aware of it. I would imagine they are. There's firefighters on the rooftop. But all those trees that have caught fire as well.
Right in the middle of residential and commercial areas. So as you said, Larry, it's a very densely populated area with businesses and homes and residents there. So we're glad to see the fire department on scene, and they're trying to work their way through this using the other rooftop, obviously, to try to fight the fire on the building right next door. So close together.
Firefighters now on the roof of an adjacent building after flames compromised the structure of the theater, causing a partial collapse and risking further collapse, making it hazardous for crews to enter.
You can see the firefighters on top of the apartment building that's right next door. So when those embers can fly through the air and catch another building on fire really easily. So they're not only trying to put this out, but I'm sure they're trying to protect the other buildings next door. Yeah.
Did you see that shadow of the drone flying through?
I didn't.
There's a drone flying around. That may be a drone from the fire department. It may not, but we've done some stories on the fact that people are sending drones in areas like this, and it can really be a hazard. It's a hazard to our helicopter flying overhead. If there are other helicopters that come through, it gets very, very dangerous. So hopefully that is authorized to be there, but we see that often, and you'll see these drones flying around these kinds of situations.
Yeah, Larry, I just heard you say you wanted to get a shot there to the left. Are you seeing something else?
It's just the scope of the fire. Each time we move into a different location, we're seeing a different area that is, sometimes in a building fire like this, especially in an abandoned building, there'll be one part of the building that is close to collapse at a time, and so we try and keep an eye out to see what firefighters are doing. We just saw another ladder truck pull up here, and they're starting to get a little more water on it, but I mean, you can see these flames are just ripping through all sections of the building at the same time. Not even close to being as safe to let firefighters get up there. So their direct attack has to be from these ladder pipes, and again, putting up a tremendous amount of smoke here in the Hollywood area, but you can imagine the heat that is coming from that fire right now. In fact, we are hearing that they're possibly going to be bringing in observation from above, just because it's such a tough thing to see right now. For now, though, they're trying to protect the property around this building right now, and they are trying to get as much water on as they can. Like I said, they're bringing water from the ladder pipes out in front of the building. There you can see that they've got firefighters standing there on the top of that ladder, trying to get a little water down into that building, cool it off a little bit, and also protect the buildings that are right around it. But not hearing any words of any injury right now, but it's just too early to try and get anybody in there to see if there was possibly somebody inside that building. But again, it is putting out a tremendous amount of smoke and a tremendous amount of fire still shooting through the roof. And again, we are aware of that drone that's down there, and I believe the LAPD has also been made aware of it as well. But it does not have any hampering effects so far on the actual direct attack on this fire.
Good.
Hearing that it's called the Hollywood Playhouse Theater and just reading about this building a little bit that has since been abandoned, construction date, they see 1905, which is a very old building for Los Angeles. It's been updated many times throughout the years, but it's 1451 North Las Palmas is the address. And Comedy Playhouse, it's been known, Hollywood Center Theater, Writers Club Theater. Those are some of the names within that theater at one point in time when it was open. But
it's an historic building in the Hollywood area, and so to see this is always difficult to see. You know, a historic building in the area go up in flames like this, and also wondering, it's so engulfed and it's raging. It must have been smoldering for some time before people realized that there was fire coming from inside that building for it to have taken off like this. Because I'd imagine, Larry, I don't know at what point you got overhead and how many of the firefighters were on scene, but how long did it take for firefighters to realize that something was going on and get there? Do you have any idea how long it might have been burning?
We believe the first units were in just a couple minutes after the first call, so they've been here roughly 20 minutes or so. And but at that point, it was still just putting out a large amount of fire and smoke. As soon as units arrived, they had smoke and fire showing. So you can still see there at the front. We're going to move to the camera to the right. Right at the front entrance of this building, there was a little portico, and firefighters made their way right into the. So they really got as close to the fire as they could get. And we are starting to see a tremendous amount of improvement.
Much more fire to fight, but crews eventually knocked down the blaze just under 2 hours after first responding. The theater red-tagged as arson investigators reportedly detained at least one person for questioning, though the cause of the fire still remains a mystery. But that's not the end of this story. A third act twist at the Hollywood Theater. As a month later, August 10th, fire crews are called again. The abandoned, charred-out building once again in flames. Sky 5 not over that brief August fire, but the initial July blaze remains caught on camera.